Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hello there. My name is Jurge Cruz-Alvarez. I'm a PR marketing manager at Pop Agenda, where we help indie developers ship their games. You may be familiar with games from this year that we helped ship, like Another Crab's Treasure, Little Kitty Big City, and Harold Halibut. Right now, we're getting ready to ship A Ranger, a role-puzzling adventure. It is a breezy and thoughtful puzzle adventure game that takes place on a grid that spans the entire world, snappily uniting movement, exploration, and combat. In other words, it is a game when your character moves, the whole world moves. It has gorgeous art from David Hellman, the artist behind Braid, snappy writing from Nick Sutner, the writer behind Cardo, and wonderful design by Nico Reckabaron, the developer behind Ethereal. Please excuse me feeling the need to shill our stuff. The PR parasite in my brain forces me to. But today, what I am here to talk to you about is a video game that is very special and very close to my heart from this generation. And that game is Sable. Released in September 2021, developed by Shedworks and published by Raw Fury. An adventure game in the truest sense of the word, Sable is a game where you embark on a journey of self-discovery and wonder in a fantastical, perhaps post-apocalyptic, but beautiful world. When it was first revealed in 2018 with an incredibly cinematic trailer scored by the wonderful music of Japanese Breakfast with its just striking Mobius art, I was left just stunned. That opening trailer didn't really tell us what kind of video game this would be, but whatever it was, I wanted to be a part of it. And Sable really is a game where you just head off onto the horizon and see what the world has in store for you. It is a game without any combat. There are no weapons. There's not experience points. There's not skills. But what you will find is people, structures, rock faces, mysterious little alien worm guys called chooms, remnants of a civilization that perhaps used to be here that was much greater and bigger. Signs that perhaps someone outside of the world of Midden, where Sable takes place in, came to visit. Your main objective in the game is to take in everything from this world and then have that ultimately inform the ultimate goal, which is, what job do you want in this world? Sable, who is also our main character, is off on her gliding. It is a pivotal moment in young adulthood when you exit the little village that you grew up with and the people you surround yourself with, hop on your speeder bike-like glider, and head off into the vast unknown to find out what job you want to be. Do you want to be a cartographer? Maybe you want to be a shopkeep. Or maybe you want to farm and manage the various beetles around Midden. It's not the most subtle, but Sable really is a game about the ultimate mission that you get as a person when you reach about 18 or 19, and that is, go off and figure out what you want to do with this life. And again, there is no combat in this game. There is no mission objective. I mean, you do get side missions, but they're more favors for the people. But all that is to say that it is a game that asks you to just hang out and luxuriate in its beautiful world and see what you find out there. And where I found myself in life near the end of 2021, at the start of 2022, I was completely transfixed by Sable. And I think it kind of maybe saved my career. To be completely honest, I was very stressed out at work. And I found myself becoming very cynical about the business of video games. Not only that, but no video game that year really stood out to me. There was a lot of games I liked, but none that I was like head over heels for. So all of that to say is that me and video games were not doing so great at this point in time. And here I was towards the end of the year, having finally found the time to start up Sable, a game I didn't start right at launch when it came out in September because I was busy for one reason or the other. And I was like, let's give this game a shot. And I was like hypnotized with just exploring this huge world of sand and bugs and monuments that what were they? What are their stories? And then talking to people who are just incredibly well written and warm and feel like humans, even though they're not humans at all. I don't know what they are. Maybe they are humans. It's not very clear in the game. But these people, they have the most simple day-to-day missions for you to do. Can you go grab me some sugar or something like that? And again, I don't know what it was about Sable, where in any other open world video game, it would feel so rote and like busy work. But Sable is so sincere in it just being like, just hang out here. Just be in this moment. Just that I completely gave myself over to it. As I explored more of its open world, I found myself having this feeling that I had as a kid when you first played your first big open world game, when you were like, what's going to be in the next corner? Not even just open world, just any video game. It's like, I wonder what the next level is going to be. I had that feeling with Sable for every time I explored a new quadrant, a new corner of its world. It reminded me a lot of how a lot of people talked about Breath of the Wild, which was a game that, sorry listener, I did not like very much. I thought it was fine, but I did not see the magic of what is over the horizon over there. And Sable, for me, it is exactly the way people talk about Breath of the Wild is the way I felt about Sable. Sable is a game that makes the most mundane things, the most simple things, feel grand and epic. And I mean epic in like the actual sincere definition of the word, and not like what we have made it to sound sort of like a joke when you say something is epic. I mean like something vast, something bigger than you. It's magical. And at the end of your adventure, once you've met folks with different kinds of jobs, once you've explored various ruins, you come back home to your village and you have to make the choice. What is the job you want to do? What is the mask you will don in this world that tells the world what is your profession? And that's the end of the game. And you only get to this moment once you have decided, I'm satisfied. And I did not want this game ever to end. I needed to see everything. And by the end of it, it's not, like I say it right now, it's not a spectacular ending. It's just an ending. And I love this game. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Since its launch, I feel like Sable hasn't really gotten the flowers it deserved. It launched in a very buggy state on PC and consoles. It came out on Game Pass, and a lot of folks, I don't think, understood what it was going for. They just thought it looked cool and gave it a shot because they had Game Pass. But as I played Sable on Xbox, just about every achievement past the first hour was a rare achievement, which tells me that people didn't really stick with it. It didn't get that many awards, and Japanese Breakfast's unbelievable soundtrack, just incredible contribution to video games. I don't know if she will ever come back to video games, but I hope so, because it's contemplative and relaxing Yola Tango soundtrack is just phenomenal. It hasn't gotten that much praise since it came out. It then came out on PlayStation Plus about, I think it was this year in 2024. And as I was preparing my notes for this podcast, I found that it has a 2.75 rating out of 5 on PlayStation. Once again, people played it and they did not understand what this video game was trying to be. So here I am on this podcast letting you know that if you're looking for a video game that is slow, that wants you to just vibe with it and go on an adventure, I think Sable is just what you might need. For a much better critical analysis on Sable, I highly recommend the letter series by Khan Saren and Lotus on uppercutcrit.com that they made on the game. They encapsulate perfectly what I love about this video game in much better and smarter words. So that's all from me. You can find me at Jurge Cruz-Alvarez 26 on Twitter and Blue Sky. And until next time, happy gaming.
Do you feel like you're the only person in your circle who wants to go deep about video games regularly?
We were like that too, until now.
Welcome to Crossplay Conversations, the brand new bi-weekly topical video game podcast from Luke Lewis,
Joseph Hooper,
And Jacob McCord.
with many years of breaking it down separately on shows like the Left Behind Game Club, Player Podcast, and Lukewarm Games, the gang is finally coming together to publish their gaming group chat in audio form every other week.
Expect roundtable reviews of the latest games, profiles of upcoming indies, and insightful conversations about essential topics in the video game industry. All with a mostly positive, insightful, and fun style.
Crossplay Conversations debuts on August 1st with brand new episodes hitting every other Tuesday. Help us out by subscribing on your podcast platform of choice to get the first episodes delivered straight to your feed.
And follow us on Twitter at Crossplay Convos for updates about the show.
Cheers and happy gaming.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.